Welcome to the Carousel for your latest news, rumors, and scoop in college basketball. We're your number one and only spot in reality, the only podcast that focuses solely on the college basketball coaching carousel. Welcome. I'm Adam Gordon. Brian Burton with All Access will be with us momentarily. Before we jump into today's show, and we're going to talk all the latest, we're going to talk Radford, Greensboro. We've got some staff shakeups and changes to talk about as well, so we'll get to that soon. But before we dive into all of that, we've got a new sponsor. We've partnered up with RT Software and their product Tactic. Super excited about it. I'll tell you about it briefly. Tactic and RT Software make all the telestration for ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports. They do it all the stuff you see when you're watching games as a fan in terms of like telestrating and, when you see them, diagram players and doing all the crazy lines and things like that to make things more presentable. That is Tactic and RT Software. And they are now launching a product, or they have launched a product that is now designed for coaches in addition to media members. So it's very simple to use. That's what makes it genius. Is it's so easy. Anyone can do it, and it makes presenting to your team that much easier. So visit RT Software and check out their product Tactic. Also, want you guys to also realize we've launched our new public profile pages for Rising Coaches. So each Rising Coaches member now has a public profile page that you can fill out, and it's really well made by our friends at Lucio Sports. It's got an interactive resume. It's got a timeline with the logos of everywhere you've been. It's got the ability to show and highlight media files, whether that's pictures or action shots of you coaching, whether that's a X's and O's clip of a ATO you drew up, whether it's an interview you've been featured on. It's a great platform for you to be able to showcase yourself. That's one of the issues in this business. It's hard to promote yourself without coming off as like this self-promoter. Our new public profile pages created by Lucio Sports is a great way to do that. All Rising Coaches members get it for free. So if you're interested in becoming a member, you can visit risingcoaches.com and sign up today. All right, the man of the hour, Brian Burton, All Access Network. Brian, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, great day to be on the carousel.
Every day is a great day to be on the
carousel. Rising Coaches is coming up with more and more new stuff, Adam. I mean, can we talk about you got recognized as like top 10 CEOs or something? Can we talk about that?
Well, I'd rather not.
I appreciate it. Well, I can at least mention it. Adam Gordon, CEO, top 10, got mentioned in the article. I don't know what it was. I didn't read it all, but I just know big things keep happening for Rising Coaches. I love it. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate
it.
It.
It's cool when you get recognized from people outside of – those people don't know you. They just did their research and said, hey, you're a guy. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, in full transparency. So, yeah, first of all, I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yes.
Beyond Exclamation Magazine did a little thing. I've never heard of Beyond Exclamation Magazine. I do appreciate them doing it. I think it's a scam. They keep trying to get me to buy a $300 copy of it. So I think they just find CEOs that have no publicity.
I love it.
But no. It's always nice to get some recognition. And honestly, it's a testament to like our amazing team.
For sure.
I know I'm the one that does it full time, but we have so many people behind the scenes, from yourself, Daryl Jacobs, who I know is listening, Kim Hampton, Brandon Rosenthal and Andy Farrell, the co-founders, Trey Meyer, Aaron Sinnott, Julia Bremer. The list goes on and on and on. We got so many people. KJ Kenny, producer KJ, shout out to producer KJ. We got so many people that put countless of hours into making Rising Coaches what it is. So, and ultimately it's our members, you know what I mean? The thing that makes Rising Coaches so cool is everyone that's a part of it takes ownership in it. And it's not just one person's deal. It's all of ours. So we are what makes Rising Coaches, which is really cool. So I appreciate you bringing that up, man.
Yeah, it needed to be brought up. You weren't going to do it, so I had to do it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's I don't always like being put on the spot. I don't like the attention, but yeah, there's Daryl right there. Thanks, Daryl. Appreciate it, man. Okay.
Lucas is waiting for his favorite part, though.
Oh yeah. Lucas
is watching right now. He's
been texting me already this morning. Yeah, we host the show, Lucas, because we do not give a fuck. We just don't. We're not in the profession anymore. We can talk about this shit all we want. No one's gonna fire us. Yeah, so let's get right into it, right? On the men's side, the one hire that was made between Tuesday and Thursday between our two shows is Darris Nichols.
We did mention on the show. We did mention.
Yeah, you did. You were on that one. Does he have 2 L's in his last name?
I should know. I can look it up. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, I just want to make sure our tech team.
He is a Rising Coaches member, though. I do know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And our tech team that works around the clock behind the scenes here during the show is usually good spellers. Yeah, that's correct. 1 L. Yeah, Lucas, there we go. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate you. Just one. Yep. Thanks, Cody. And yeah, Brian did call this one. So yeah, Darris Nichols from that area. I guess he's from Radford, Virginia, right? Is that a city? Or is it just the name of the city?
I believe it's a city. Again, somebody that's watching fact check us on that. I don't know.
Yeah, but great hire. I think it was just like basically his to turn down. I don't know that there was this big interview process or a whole lot of finalists. I think it was his.
They did it as fast as anyone. I mean, they named the other coach. It happened in like 2 days, 3 days.
I don't even think it was that long. I think it felt like less than 48 hours. Yeah, and you got to give him credit because Mike Jones is a guy who's been mentioned. He's done such a good job at Radford that they had to know he was going to leave at some point. So they were, to their credit, they were ready. They had their guy. Darris Nichols has done a great job throughout his career. He's been at a lot of different places. Most recently at Florida, very well respected and excited for him. I like the hire. I like
Absolutely.
it. It's a very good one. Okay. Also, sorry, our tech team is running behind here today. But another Rising Coaches member got a head job.
So two Florida coaches have now left to become head coaches in the same season. 2 Tennessee coaches have done it, and 2 Florida coaches.
How about that?
The same offseason. How about that?
Yeah, and Kentucky has had 2 coaches leave too. So all kinds of staff shake up.
I like it. The SEC.
In the SEC, absolutely.
So much drama in the SEC. It's like the LBC with Snoop back in the day. I don't know. We're having fun. It's Thursday. It feels like Friday, but it's Thursday. We're having fun.
It does feel like Friday, doesn't it?
It does.
Radford, thank you, Mario. Radford is, in fact, a town in Virginia.
I thought so. Thank you, Mario. Job well done. We just try to trick you guys into having us more interaction. That's what that is.
Exactly.
We want to get you guys involved.
It's working. The other Rising Coaches member to get a job yesterday was Ganiat Adedenton, Coach G, who is amazing.
Elite.
First of all, she's a Rising Coaches member, which is great. We're always happy when our members get the job or move up or get a new job. But in addition to just being a member, she took place in our Next Up initiative, which was through our DEI Alliance that yourself and Kim Hampton and Daryl Jacobs worked tirelessly on. And tell us about that program and like why we're so excited about Ganiat.
Yeah, so first initiative from the DEI Alliance, again, always giving Daryl Jacobs, executive director. I think you called him senior executive director. I don't know if it's senior or executive or just executive, but he's really good. He's
his Twitter feed. He'll tell you.
He's the executive director. And, what a great initiative to be able to just put a select few. So we have in the DEI Alliance, we have about 12 or so, 15 different organizations that we are aligned with. Some of them are social justice groups. Some of them are minority-only groups of different kinds, whether that's Latino Coaches Association, Asian Coaches Association, Coaches for Change, Coaches for Action, Embrace Us. There's a number of them. So women of color. And each group got to nominate a few people to turn in basically a 1 to 2 minute interview of themselves, giving their elevator pitch, and then we all met and selected. And anyway, it gets to the finalists, and the finalists got to have this simulation with Katie Young Stout from Turnkey, who put them through an interview simulation to prepare them for interviewing for head coaching jobs, to be next up from assistant to head coach. And Katie did a phenomenal job, along with the DI staff, of just giving feedback, making it interactive, but also giving them real scenarios that can prepare them for getting that opportunity. And she was by far, and we know that's not true, Daryl, but I appreciate the love. It's all love. I know my role, but yeah, she was phenomenal. I thought she was by far head and shoulders ready to be a head coach based on what she showed. Her actually and Ben Johnson, I thought, did the best job, and it's no coincidence that both of them have gotten head coaching jobs this offseason. Not because of us, but we were a part of the process to help prepare them and give them that practice and those reps and that insight. And so happy for her. My wife actually went to Colgate. She's a Colgate grad. My wife played softball and volleyball at Colgate and has records in both. She'll be in the Hall of Fame soon. She doesn't even know it, so if she's watching, which she's not, she'll be in the Hall of Fame soon. But anyway, congratulations to Coach G. She was tremendous, and look forward to her doing big things.
Yeah, absolutely. She was like ultra prepared. She was really, really impressive. Super smart. Yes. She went to medical school and decided to switch careers and pivot and go into basketball. And so it just shows you, I don't think there's too many like coaches out there that have been through medical school, but
no,
he's impressive.
Very impressive.
And supposedly got offered Dartmouth and Colgate in the same day.
Yep.
Colgate's a better job, right? Colgate's a much better job than Dartmouth, isn't it?
I'm biased because of my wife. I don't actually know, to be honest.
Well, have you been there? Have you been to Colgate?
I have not yet. I will at some point soon.
I would think like Dartmouth is I don't know how they are on the women's side, but I'm speaking from a men's basketball perspective. Dartmouth is one of the lower echelon jobs in the Ivy League, I think. Where Colgate, is definitely top half of the Patriot League. Yeah.
Yep.
So
yep. That's and right. Colgate sports overall have done a good job, so that kind of lends to the job is probably better. I know the campus is beautiful. The academics are high level, and their athletic programs have had a lot of success.
Yeah, congratulations, Connie, on that job. Okay, we've got some scoop reported by Hoop Dirt on Central Michigan. Finally, Thunder Dan not in the mix according to Hoop Dirt.
Thunder Dan. For some reason, I think Thunder Dan's going to be on a beach somewhere, kicking his feet up with his millions. I think he's good. I think he had his college basketball taste.
Do you think he goes to a tanning bed, or do you think he just naturally like has a year-round tan?
Probably a little bit of both.
He's got a great tan. I'm not gonna lie, the guy's got a great tan.
But between great tan and sliding the DMs, we're gonna have to work on Adam.
Yeah. So according to Hoop Dirt for Central Michigan, Todd Simon, who you've been talking about the whole time, Sadie Washington at Michigan, and Cornell Mann from Missouri, who I've been talking about the whole time for all of these Michigan jobs. Supposedly those are the three finalists, and it's a good list. I like it. J.O.'s laughing at you, or laughing at me, rather. Yep. Tanning bed for sure for Thunder Dan.
Yeah, and so Jeff Goodman broke this last night. I don't know if this is I don't know if he's – anyway, it's not the name that Hoop Dirt had, which is Tony Barbie as the CMU frontrunner, according to Goodman last night.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a text on the tip line right before the show that said that happened on Jeff Goodman's feed, I guess, last night. Interesting.
Tony Barbie. That'd be good. Tony deserves another shot at it. Obviously, he was the head coach at Auburn. Was that his first head job? No, he was somewhere before Auburn, wasn't he?
Tony Barbie was at UTEP.
He was at UTEP before, won there.
He did a terrific job at UTEP.
Yep. And then was at Auburn, and I think he was there about 5 years, and obviously things didn't work out, but, give guys a second chance.
Well, especially he had success at UTEP, which is not Central Michigan, but similar level as far as a mid-major. And sometimes that's just a better fit to just be a good mid-major coach and not make the jump. Power 5 is a really hard level to win at. I think we all know that. So hopefully Tony Barbie is one of the guys in the mix. But between those 4 names, that's some high-level names. We actually mentioned Sadie Washington at one point too with Central Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. So good list. We like it. Nothing new to report here on Delaware State. Do you have anything there?
I got nothing really on Delaware State. I would like to say there's I don't know. I would like to see Delaware State almost maybe go outside the box and maybe go with a D2 or NAIA level head coach. Just somebody who's proven that they can win. It's a hard job. Somebody who knows the recruiting area. I believe, and I can say this because it's me saying it. I have no idea if he's involved or not. But one guy that you've had on the show, Patrick Crary, from the school, the NAIA school, that's Washington Adventist.
Washington Adventist, yeah.
Who's also an AD and a coach. And have no idea if he's involved or not. But somebody like that, think outside the box and just get somebody who will do a good job and roll up his sleeves. He's done more with less and knows the area and can recruit. And, yeah, I say give a guy like that a shot.
Well, when's an AD going to, really think outside the box and hire a woman as the head men's basketball coach?
There you go.
I hope it's not Delaware State because that would be it's such a hard job and that would be
no doubt,
an impossible situation for the first female head coach. So I'd like to see, but someone's going to do it. And what the hell are we waiting on? It's 2021.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I like it.
Yep. Daryl Jacobs likes Patrick Crary. We spelled his name wrong, Daryl, but that's okay. It is Cararey, I think. Crary, right? Not Carey?
I believe Adam is right, but that's okay. It's not a competition.
Not at all. I was just making sure.
Daryl's just excited. He's just excited. He knows him. He's endorsed him.
Absolutely. Anything new on Tallahassee?
Ooh, big one. This is a big one.
We talked about this one last week. I said I thought it paid $50, which is not as much as some of the other panhandle jobs. Actually, was told on the anonymous tip line is actually $42 with no full-time assistant. So the once mighty Tallahassee Community College, not what it used to be in terms of resources. So now what we do, the guys we talked about last week, a Tim Ryan, a Jeremy Schulman, these established JUCO coaches. I don't know. I mean, it's still Tallahassee. It's still in the panhandle and it's got the name recognition, but it's not, it's probably a pay cut for a lot of those guys. So maybe this will be, something more outside the box. I don't know.
Yeah, 42 is not great, but people do want to have a head coaching opportunity and definitely want to live in Tallahassee, Florida. So I would say almost like maybe a Division I assistant who's in between jobs, transitioning, looking for a stop. I think those guys are normally great hires in a place like this. That's what I got.
Okay, we're going to talk some staff movement now. Some assistant.
Ooh.
So
I think I got one too. Oh, go ahead. I like this one.
Yeah, just talked about earlier today. I think it was reported a few days ago that Jermaine Kimbrough from Loyola has joined the Arizona State staff. And then we got a hot tip on the tip line this morning. Actually, I think it's Twitter official. Joel Justice is joining the staff there as well. Joel, of course, an assistant coach at Kentucky, one of the original Rising Coaches guys, I may add.
I like it.
Amazing to see where everyone's at in their careers now. But Joel Justice.
Where was Joel when he started with Rising Coaches? How about we do that?
Okay, that's a great question because I don't know the answer off the top of my head. He was not at Kentucky as an assistant, I can tell you that. And to be fair, he wasn't in the very first conference. I think he was at the second, so maybe not the original. I
like it, but in the foundation years, I like it.
I'm going to try to tell you real quick where he was, because I always like playing that game. I think was tenure included national title, Arizona Wildcats. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I thought I could pull it up real quick.
All right, that's all right.
He might have been at Memphis. With Cal, but yeah, I don't know.
We're going to Arizona State. Big move. Big
move. Arizona State pulling people out of Big Blue Nation. What's going on?
I like it. there's some shakeup in Big Blue Nation. Sounds like possibly Barbie gets this CMU job, get some shakeup, create some cap space, and it's different without Kenny Payne. I mean, he probably was not appreciated as much as what he did, not only to recruit players, but just to help those players, those young phenom, 5-star, one-and-done type guys mature behind the scenes and buy into Cal. I think Kenny Payne was elite at what he did, and it sounds like Orlando Antigua may be headed back, from what I hear, to be the man to really help Cal reel in the high-level recruits again. So who knows?
That's what I heard as well. I got that on the anonymous tip line. Two Illinois assistants heading back to Big Blue. Who's the other?
I think one's already there, right? I
don't know.
What's the guy's name?
Luther Head? No.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay, we'll come back to it. What's some other staff stuff that you wanted to talk about? You said you had something there.
I'm curious what Pine Bluff's going to do. I don't have a lot of scoop on it. I don't have a lot of scoop on it. I do think Solomon Bozeman, I'll say this, would be great. ORU assistant. He took Little Rock to the tournament as a player. He's from Arkansas. Would be just young hires. You look at all these young guys getting opportunities, and he fits into that same boat. He's extremely polished, recruits as good as anybody, can really coach on the floor, doesn't have an enemy in the whole industry. I think a guy like that would be able to take a place like that to a pretty high level. So I'm going to give a shout out and endorsement to Solomon Bozeman from ORU, helped recruit Max Abness, who was as good a player and stole the hearts of everybody who watched the NCAA tournament. So he will be able to recruit players like that from Arkansas to Pine Bluff and maybe take you to a Sweet 16. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, love Solomon Bozeman. I think that'd be a really good name for that job. Also reported today, Kareem Richardson headed to Clemson.
Nice.
Kareem Richardson has spoken several times
Nice.
at Rising Coaches events, so he's headed over there to take the place of the young man who went up to Boston College with Earl Grant. So congrats to K. Rich, which opens up a spot at Indiana State that we thought he was going to stay and take. So now Josh Schertz back on the hire. Everybody call Josh right now, ask for a job.
Right.
No, don't do that. That's not how it works. Brian, are we officially at the point in this show where we're out of shit to talk about? It's only April 22nd.
I know, right? It's getting close. It was hot and heavy for a while. We're literally
Carousel
every day.
Yeah, it was spinning out of control, and now I feel like it's slowed down to
really slowing down. There's a lot of assistant. So I'll say this for guys that are looking to get in, looking to move up. The dominoes are just they're not even really going yet. There's guys that are head coaches, were assistant coaches that have taken head coaching positions. They have to fill those. So what you're talking about with Kareem, he went from a mid-major to a high. Well, now they got to fill the mid-major. So where does that guy get pulled from? So sometimes guys are so excited about this new staff at UTEP or, this new staff at Radford, I want to jump on. People that are looking to move up or even out of the industry, I would say it's almost you got to track backwards. Who do those guys hire, and then who do they pull from, right? So Jacksonville, they hired Jordan Mincy. Well, he took one of the coaches from Nichols State. Well, now Nichols State's looking for an assistant. You have to follow those kind of dominoes more so than just this is the new hire. Let me go holler at the new coach who's getting his phone blown up by everybody. Work backwards, and that's a way you can really – and, again, the dominoes are going to – for assistant coaches, the head coaching carousel is pretty much done. But the assistant coaching carousel will go all the way until school starts, in my opinion, from my experience. As somebody who's been out trying to get back in and has got a job quickly in June, and then I also got a job in October. So I've done both. So I would just say keep watching the dominoes track because, there'll be a ton of assistant coaching opportunities that open up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Don't freak out It's still
Right.
very early
Right.
in terms of assistant coach movement. And
support staff. If you're a support staff guy, same thing.
Well, support staff's got even more time because those are usually the last jobs to get filled. So
yeah, you can talk a little bit about those. You've been in those spots. What would you say the support staff kind of carousel is like?
I mean, like June, July are the heavy months, but like you don't need to panic. I mean, some of the best jobs, this is at all positions, some of the best jobs kind of open in August, and there's not as many people willing to move at that point. And so sometimes you can steal a good one. But you got to hang in there. As my man Josh Pastorino used to always tell us, just hang in there, guys. Just hang in there.
Right.
You just hang in. And that's the truth of this business, because it is a challenge. It's going to test you, but there's still plenty of time. Now, if you're hoping to get that Division I job this year, probably time to panic. Might not happen. But if you're trying to get an assistant spot or anything else, plenty of time, lots of movement still going on. Speaking of that, Florida's got the 2 spots. Any guesses? If you're Mike White, who are you hiring for one of those spots?
Man, I mean, so many directions you can go. One thing that's cool about Mike White as a head coach, and I'll be blunt about this, he had 3 minority assistants. He had 3 black assistants. Pretty cool to be able to say that, So the associate head coach is still there. Drawing a blank from Texas Tech. Al Pinkins. Al Pinkins is still there. So I would imagine Al would have a lot of influence over who is going to be hired there. I would almost – they got to go a little bit outside the box, but I think somebody like Akeem Miskadeen would be good. That's at FAU. Obviously, he's right there in Florida. He's in Dusty May, and that's in the Florida tree, so that's a name. I'll throw out a name like even Wade Mason at Stephen F. Austin. Get some Texas guys, get some New Orleans, get some Louisiana in there. But I think you can go a number of ways. But I think the cool part is happening. There's so many guys that are getting an opportunity to level up again that, maybe haven't coached at that level yet, So I would have said somebody like Amara Morgan. He just got hired at
Loyola,
Chicago. So, yeah, there's a number of mid-major assistants that I think are going to have a chance to level up and hopefully not just have the same names kind of being used over and over again, because now those guys are head coaches. So I think it's a great time, especially minority head coaches. I think it's over 50% of the hires have been, and it's creating even more minority assistant opportunities too, which is great because it gets more guys in the business. It gets more guys to level up. And, I think it's a super exciting time for that.
Yeah, we got to get the numbers on the women's side. Like, how many of the women's hires have been minorities?
There's a lot of minority females that have gotten hired this offseason more than ever. Because if you remember, there was very, very few going into. I think last year you were looking at an event and trying to invite somebody who was a minority female. It's like, there's only so many of them.
I know, for real. I don't think the number. Our research and development team is just behind this curtain, plugging numbers right now. So they're working on that number. But I kind of feel like just watching it and not paying super close attention, but just kind of watching the hires. I don't think the rate's as high as it's been on the men's side in terms.
Yeah, I don't think it's as high on the men's side, but I think it's higher.
It's definitely improved.
Higher than it's normally been.
Yeah, but we need to get it. I mean, it needs to be right there at the same rate that you're seeing in men's basketball as well. And
we need that rate to continue. This is not like a one-time trend, hopefully.
Exactly. The in my opinion, the rate should mirror the rate of the student athletes. So if basketball, if men's basketball is 70%, minority student athletes, then probably 70% of the coaches should be minority. Not always. I mean, it's not always, but exact science.
That would be amazing if it was, but even if we can get to where it's like 50, that's amazing. Right. I mean, it's been pretty low.
For sure.
Been pretty low.
But it is encouraging to see it moving in the right direction. You mentioned Amara Morgan leaving South Alabama to head to Loyola. What do you think a guy like Richie Riley will do? A guy who's on transfers. He does a lot of recruiting himself.
I think he's going to hire a vet. I think you'll see, and I don't know who he will hire. I've heard a name or two, but I think, you'll see somebody that's maybe been at a higher level who may be in between jobs too. I think he's built up his profile so much and their school's profile in the program that I think he'll be able to attract someone to come in and be that associate head coach if he chooses to give him that title from a high mid-major or a low high major, that in between jobs, like, hey, you know what, Richie Riley, that's a guy, he's ascending because he's going to get a high major job at some point soon too. I believe he turned down Utah State. That's my understanding. He's going to get a high major job. So jumping on with him would put you on the fast track to be able to go back with him. So, and they're going to compete to win the conference title too. I
think he goes like young. He usually has young, hungry dudes that have a chip on their shoulder.
He does.
And so, like Amaro Morgan was a Division II assistant before he joined the staff. Austin Clonch, now the head coach at Nichols State, was a support staffer at Clemson.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to go the former high major guy. I think it's going to be a young, hungry dude that, he identifies as somebody that's willing to, burn the boats with him, as he would say.
Yeah, burn the boats. I like it. Yeah, a lot of assistant coaching carousel stuff that'll be going. I don't know if we'll be talking about that or not.
I'm sorry, Brian. Sorry to interrupt. I'm getting reports that John Beeline's been spotted in Mobile, Alabama, for an assistant spot with Richie Riley. These are unconfirmed rumors that we can't confirm. But as you know, John Beeline originated the phrase "burn the boats." Well, he didn't originate it. It's like a historic thing, but he used it back in the day at Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Richie Riley is using it now. So unconfirmed rumors that John Beeline is there to join the staff. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe he just wants his phrase back in his T-shirts.
I got another scoop. I don't know if this is public knowledge yet or not, but our guy Serge Clement just got hired.
Yeah, it's Hoop Dirt official. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
Hofstra. That's right.
Speedy Claxton.
Yep. So that means there's an open spot at Marist, right?
Exactly. Track backwards. Now Marist got a spot.
Everyone call Marist. Try to get a job. All right.
I love it.
I think it's officially time to wrap up for today.
It is.
We'll probably, judging how today's show went, we'll probably go to one time a week next week.
I think so.
We appreciate you guys. It's fun as always for us. We enjoy you guys being a part of it, and look forward to seeing you guys next week. Again, public profile pages now available through Rising Coaches and created by our friends at Lucio Sports. You can get that for free, included with your membership to Rising Coaches, as well as thousands of deals and discounts now available to Rising Coaches as well. Erin Sinnott, our director of ops, we were just talking to her before we went on the air. By the way, if anyone needs a director of ops, somebody go hire Erin Sinnott.
Director of ops, or if you just need like a young, great on the making of being greater assistant AD, I don't even know what they call them. Assistant SWA, something. She would be great in athletic administration as well, not just ops.
Well, she's going on a road trip this weekend. Good for her. And she's like, man, I need to rent a car. And she checked out our benefits hub, which is available for Rising Coaches members. And there's got
herself a benefit, huh?
Yeah, 30% off from budget. Hertz gives 25% off. All kinds of great deals. So become a member, risingcoaches.com, and get access to all that great stuff, plus more. Brian, it's been fun. Hope you have a great weekend. And
same to you.
See you next week.
See you next Thursday.